Welcome to NC500 Part 4. You join us having left the campsite just north of Ullapool and now heading to the Corrieshalloch Gorge, one of the most spectacular gorges of its type, not only in Scotland, but the whole of Britain. Now managed by the Scottish National Trust, the gorge is almost a mile long and 200 feet deep, carved by melting glacial waters during the last ice age, around 2.6 million years ago. Dropping more than 150 feet, the Falls of Measach can be viewed from a Victorian suspension bridge constructed by Sir John Fowler in the 1870s, as well as a viewing platform a little further down. The viewing platform and the bridge have a limit of 6 people at any one time, and with good reason. The bridge sways gently as people walk across it, making it hard to get a steady photo or video of the falls or the gorge. If you don't like heights, don't look down. There's also a walk through the woods up to a viewing point, and while the paths are generally good, there are some steep areas and enough rough places to make it not really wheelchair friendly. And having got there, I did wonder why we'd bothered. The view is now blocked by trees, which probably weren't there when it was created. Oh well. On the way back, there's a couple of smaller waterfalls to be seen as well, plus the shallower waters that people seem to enjoy. Back at the visitor centre, parking is £5 for cars, £10 for vans and motorhomes, but free if you're a member of either the Scottish or English National Trust. The car park had lots of room when we arrived, but was pretty full when we left. The centre includes a small cafe, with outside seating, and plaques talking about their eco-friendly design. We had a couple of warm sausage rolls, Carol had a cold drink, and I had a hot chocolate, and Florence loved it all. Having left the car park, we're heading south, and having booked a campsite near Skye Bridge, we head towards the Kyle of Lochalsh, hoping to get at least over the bridge before heading to the campsite tonight. After the disappointment of the cold, windy Highlands, this scenery was improving hour by hour, and we followed the railway tracks for much of the way. Completed in 1897, the railway to the Kyle of Lochalsh was the most expensive railway per mile built in Britain at that time, crossing 29 bridges and 30 cuttings through solid rock. Lots of single-track roads going in this direction too, and the roads are also much busier. Eventually, we make it to the Kyle of Lochalsh and head over the Skye Bridge, stretching 1,500 metres overall, with a 250-metre centre span. The Skye Bridge opened in 1995, replacing a local ferry service. Initially, the drivers had to pay an £11.40 round-trip toll, but after a long campaign, the Scottish Government bought the bridge and removed the tolls in December 2004. Now, the goal to visit Skye today was not to visit any particular place or attraction, but just to get a sense of what Skye was like, particularly compared to the west coast of the Highlands. And we were not disappointed. If you're doing the NC500 so that you can say you've done it, do it. I've enjoyed driving it. But if you're coming for scenery, Skye beats everything we've seen on the NC500. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
I mean, we are definitely coming back to Skye.
I'll come back here.
Finally, heading back to the mainland, we stop at the Kyle of Lochalsh so Carol could buy a fridge magnet, and then head off to the campsite at Reraig, just a couple of miles further down the road. In fact, it's so close you can see the Skye Bridge from Reraig itself. The campsite was busy, and on arrival had a temporary hiccup with the Reraig sewage system, but this was soon cleared by Scottish Water and everything was back to normal. However, the site was the very first time we'd encountered the Scottish midges, and being parked next to the large hedge, they were in abundance around our van. The facilities were clean and warm, though perhaps a little dated in design. Nevertheless, we had a comfortable night and even had fish and chips at the hotel next door. After an early morning stroll with Florence, we set off for Eilean Donan Castle and then Glencoe for even more great scenery. Eilean Donan Castle sits on a small tidal island where Loch Duich, Loch Long and Lochalsh meet. In addition to a large pay and display car park, there's the obligatory visitor centre with a ticket office, coffee shop and even a food hall. Note that backpacks aren't allowed in the castle, so leave them in your car or use the locker service provided. It is certainly a popular destination. Destroyed in 1719 during the failed Jacobite risings, the castle was restored in the early 1900s using historical plans plus a bit of imagination. It's appeared in several movies, including Highlander, The World Is Not Enough, and Elizabeth, The Golden Age. Back on the road, we're headed for Glencoe, with towering peaks and deep valleys. It's very popular with walkers. If you're driving through the Highlands, Glencoe is unmissable. But make no mistake, it's likely to be very busy. We're staying in Glencoe at the Camping and Caravan Club site, which sits next door to the Glencoe Visitor Centre. We arrived just before closing, so didn't get a good chance to look around. But the gift shop has a large range of goods for purchase, including stuffed Highland cows, Nessie, and the traditional Scotch whisky and gift sets. At least Carol got her fridge magnet before they closed. The campsite facilities were up to the usual club standards, with this handy information point with maps and guides, a large facilities block, with all the usual toilets, private sinks, large shower cubicles, soap dispensers and hand dryers. Additionally, there's the chemical disposal point, washing up facilities, and laundry, complete with iron and ironing board. Florence even found a new friend.
Where are we tonight?
We're in Glencoe, Scotland,
And why are we in Glencoe tonight?
because we couldn't get into Glencoe any other day, and we've had to work around that.
Yeah, so this is a caravan and camping club site, and it's chock-a-block. It's completely booked up from tomorrow onwards. So today was the last day that I could find a booking within the time window that we had to do this trip, and it has been a bit of an express trip. We drove up on the Wednesday night to the Kelpies, really enjoyed those, then up to Wick the next day, across to Malavich, I can't remember the name of it, the next day, and then down to Ullapool. So we've kind of raced around the top side of it, but in any event, it was freezing cold up there. John O'Groats, Castle of May. Yeah, the
It was
really windy.
It was like winter in Yorkshire.
Yeah. Seriously cold.
And I've packed for summer in the Caribbean. You know, I thought it was going to be warm because that's
Hence
what we
I'm
were
wearing
told.
the same jumper again because this is the only one she brought me. So we haven't done all the beaches that we wanted to do, the white sandy beaches. We haven't been to a lot of the locations we wanted to go to because it was so cold. On the other hand, I think we've raced around a little bit too quickly. We definitely want to take more time. If it was nice weather, we could have extended this by another 3, 4, 5 days.
Oh, even weeks.
Even weeks, yeah. I mean, we're down here a week after we set off, and it's either a very long drive home tonight from Glencoe, or we might find somewhere to stay tomorrow night. We don't know yet.
I'm thinking we could stop near Gretna Green. Somewhere near there.
There isn't a shopping mall there, is there?
I don't know.
Let me tell you, as we drove up, she says, "Oh, there's a shopping sign." And I went, "Yeah, but there's the Scotland sign. We're going past the Scotland sign." And she said, "We've missed the shopping." Oh dear.
Leaving the campsite, we're hoping to stop at several popular viewpoints along the way, including the Three Sisters and the Little White Cottage. Sadly, the car park for the Three Sisters was already full. Perhaps photographers, but more likely walkers who seem to park for the day and go roaming. but we did manage to get in at the little white cottage. So parked and went to take photos.
Been to see the little white cottage, which seems to be photographed a lot, doesn't it?
Yes.
I understand it's owned by the Scottish version of the National Trust. Are they called the Scottish Trust?
National.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, and I understand that you can not rent it out, but people that are climbing the hills can use it. So I assume that you'd have to go through them, the Scottish National Trust, to use it. Nice place. I have a feeling that once we move out of here, it'll be filled within a minute, don't you?
Yeah, the lay-by we're at, and we'll put the what 3 words because that is useful. The lay-by we're at is definitely used by walkers, and they seem to park up for the day
And go.
So if you are going to come here to take pictures or to walk, get here early. By just after 9 it was full. We're now going to be moving on, which will obviously leave a giant space and will make somebody's day. Because
Oh yeah, they'll probably be able to get 2 vehicles in here.
I think so. So onwards and upwards. Next call is a Tesco Express in the sat-nav for some diesel. So off we go.
See you later.
Bye.
We leave Glencoe with the goal of stopping for fuel, and then heading south while looking for a suitable site to break up the journey home. But after phoning 7 or 8 sites, all of which said they were full tonight, we decide to just push on home. Though, still being in Scotland, there's one more milestone to hit.
Welcome to England.
If you've enjoyed this video, please click the like button. And if you haven't already, click the subscribe button to see more videos from us. If you haven't seen the previous 3 episodes, please check them out. Thanks for watching. See you next time.